is Whitney, and welcome back to another episode of Spastic Chatter. If you're new here, Spastic Chatter is a platform meant to feature those in the Cerebral Palsy community, and I get together with individuals with CP, like myself, to have an uncensored chat, if you will, about what it's like living with this type of disability. And for this episode, I'm very excited to have Toby Smiles, who is an influencer with cerebral palsy. And fun fact, I mentioned this to him before we started recording. My 11-year-old niece Addie sent me his video and was like, "You have to have him on Spastic Chatter." So she is the reason that Toby is on a Spastic Chatter. She wanted me to tell you hi. So this is her validation that I told you hi, and
I did.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you introduce yourself, Toby, and then we'll get on to the conversation.
Alright, my name is Toby. I am the king of Toby. I love Toby. I really want to be a model because I really bad. I am very curly. I like love. And I myself to have a body. So, and I also want to be a advocate for people that yeah. And I am also a believer in Jesus. So yeah.
Awesome. So you said you loved Starbucks, which we have that in common. Starbucks was my go-to place in college because there was a Starbucks on campus. So I went to Starbucks so much that the ladies behind the counter knew my order before I didn't even have to say anything. And yeah, so we have that in common. And
Oh yeah, my local Starbucks, they already have my order member.
yeah.
When I get there, I just pay for it, and they already know what to get me.
That's awesome. And then you said you were a disability advocate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you should do that primarily on social media, like through social media, like through their social media space. Awesome. Well, I'm gonna get to our questions, and I'm one question that I always ask my guest is well, to preface it, when you Google the term cerebral palsy, it comes up as a childhood disability. But like I mentioned all the time in Spastic Chatter episodes, those children grow up to be adults. So I don't know where they get that logic that it's a childhood disability. So I'm curious, how would you describe your childhood, Toby? Was it anything outside the norm? I kind of laugh when people would ask me that, because I was like, I just had a normal childhood. I don't know what to say. So was your childhood anything outside the norm?
I mean, it was normal. I did have some situations that were not good, but it was normal, and I love my child, and I love being here. I had been in elementary school, but when I got into middle school, I love all of them because normal people don't, or normal Jesus don't like to defend with disabled people, and I don't know why that is kind of annoying, but I have them in elementary school. In middle school, I have 11, and then by the time I graduated, I had like one or two friends but luckily, I do have my educator. We are still really bad then, and I love him, and he's very bad to me. But that's an adult. But even adult, I didn't really have gloves. I didn't really have gloves than my age in middle and adult, but
So so I'm just gonna like kind of summarize your answers if you're cool with that. Um,
yeah.
so so you said that. Feel free to correct me if I'm not right. I'm gonna take no offense to it. So you say that you kind of had a normal childhood, except when you in middle school and when you had to deal with like AIDS and stuff. That that's when you had problems with like your AIDS and things like that, or like.
Yeah. I had brain in elementary school, but when I went into middle school and high school, I didn't have a lot of brain.
Oh, really? Do you think that they were uh do you think that they were intimidated by your disability, or the fact that the fact that you constantly had an adult with you? With that, do you think that? Because
Um, I
I
really,
too.
I
Sorry.
really,
Go ahead.
I, I, I really don't know. I think it's because it's not cool to hang out with disabled people. They don't, I really don't know.
Yeah, I was just saying that because I too had an aid all throughout elementary, middle school, and like
Yeah,
it can be kind of like intimidating to constantly have an adult like right beside you when you're like trying to make friends and stuff. So that's the only reason that I asked that. But
yeah.
but like look at you now like with all your like thousands of followers, millions of followers on TikTok.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so yeah. So well, let's move on to the next question. So I'm curious about like your kind of like your story. It said on your Instagram that you have a contract with Gimmet modeling. You're making music, and you're an overall influencer. So how did you get into all of that?
I just started in my music and to be honest, I like music, but I don't really see myself as a music artist. But my priority tell me that I should make a couple songs because it will help me make, it will help me get better by on Instagram. And I really want to be better by on Instagram. No, that, obviously that I mean, but I really want to, but I really want to be model because I like dating people and stuff. I like doing on clothes, and I don't know, I don't really want to be a model. And I was on a run radio for that week in 2021 in New York City, but that was cool. And I really want to do that again.
That's really cool. So you were on a runway show in 2021, and you really enjoy modeling. And I think that it's like the representation of being disabled, and like not only being disabled, but having like a more like severe, like I hate to use that word, but I don't a more like a more visible disability.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I think that's
yeah,
pretty awesome. Um, so this kind of ties into the next question. You have, like I mentioned before, you have over 1 million followers on TikTok. Did you ever think that many people would be following you? And what would you like the ultimate takeaway for people to have after viewing your content?
well, I did YouTube and I did kind of do that and then in 2018 I started to do YouTube and Instagram full time, like really serious. And then I started doing data and then I posted a video with my band, guys. My brother got doing no doing 19. And then that video I make it like the very bad followers and then that video I got a lot of followers every day. And I always want to be an influencer entertainment, and I am really capable of it. But I believe that the Lord is doing in my life, and I cannot wait to be whatever.
Well,
Um,
go ahead if you have anything else to say.
no.
So kind of like to summarize what you were saying. What you were saying is that you really didn't expect for it to resonate with so many, for your content to resonate with so many people. You were just recording and like being yourself, and then like
Yeah.
it turned into something uh it turned into
Yeah.
something bigger. And is that basically
Yeah.
um, okay? So one of the last questions I have, I always ask my the person I'm interviewing is, do you have any advice for those listening and watching, or any kind of life advice in general?
The video and the other people because you only know you and nobody else know you and also believe in you everyone. You know I do, but I believe in you and I believe in the Bible. But the don't really do anyone and that you and you and make sure you are happy and you are buying God's will and living your life to the fullest. And no matter what you have, you are able to do anything you are all going to do.
That's awesome. That's great advice. Um, there, and you kind of said like no matter like what you have, like you're you can make your life awesome. And pretty much that's kind of my
Uh,
my my air conditioner cut on while you were talking, but so I heard bits and pieces, but but that was kind of my takeaway.
uh,
What you said is that kind of correct?
yeah, that is correct.
Awesome. Where can people follow you on social media?
The Instagram, the YouTube, and now Grab because everything that's going on with it, I know on Grab, and I am very happy because then Grab a new I was able to look at my one username with that Toby Mile. No, I am very happy that I signed up for the app before my username was
Awesome. You said it was a new app.
it's Grab. It's like the because the might be going away. We don't know better.
Awesome. Well, if you can send me the details of that, I'm gonna put all your social media links in the description so people can follow you and everything. But thank you, Toby, for being a guest on Spastic Chatter.
You're welcome.
I really enjoyed having a conversation with you. And uh, yeah, so if you're watching this and you want to be a guest, feel free to reach out to me wherever you see this video. And I'd love to have you. And until next time, I will yeah, I will see everyone later.
Bye.
Bye.